The Renaissance, an age in which art in Europe ushered itself to the forefront of European culture and encouraged Enlightenment ideals and new technology. However, we have to start at the beginning, the Middle Ages.
The Middle Ages, or medieval time, is generally believed to have started with the fall of the Roman Empire in 476 and to have lasted about 1,000 years until about 1450, which was the start of the Renaissance. The beginning of the Middle Ages is called the Dark Ages because the great civilizations of Rome and Greece had been conquered. Life was very hard in the Middle Ages. Very few people could read or write. Their lack of knowledge often led to superstitious beliefs. The people thought that fate ruled their existence. Therefore, there was little hope for the improvement of their condition.
In the 1300s, the bubonic plague was brought to Europe from trading ships that came from China. It killed nearly one-third of Europe's population and resorted it to being technologically and hygienically, disabled.
The Renaissance began in about 1415. Renaissance is a French word that means rebirth. This rebirth began when European scholars became more aware and interested in the world around them. The art became more true to life. People began to learn about new lands, customs, and beliefs.
The Renaissance was the rebirth of European culture after the Dark Ages, which ushered in an era of secularism, rationality, and individualism. It was a florescence of the arts, mainly visual, but also had some written. John Green doesn't think that the Renaissance existed. However, if you look back on art, it focused on human bodies as Greece did and brought a lot of Greek architecture into buildings. Humanists were scholars who translated Greek writings which had been rediscovered at that time, and it mainly happened in the 15th and 16th century. It spawned in Italy due to Italy having a lot of money due to its city-states that were industrial powerhouses, each specializing in a specific export. Florence produced cloth and Milan produced arms. A lot of trading with the Ottomans helped Italy get a lot of money, and the Ottomans also provided a lot of the art and texts from Greece that were used in the Renaissance to inspire a lot of the fluorescence of culture. Along with the arts, such as Copernicus, who was one of the Renaissance's greatest minds. He discovered that the Earth wasn't the center of the universe, otherwise known as the heliocentric solar system, and he was also a doctor and a lawyer. Other people, such as Copernicus, were Leonardo da Vinci. Many famous philosophers and artists at the time of the Renaissance encouraged Enlightenment ideals and brought them to the forefront of society. It was then encouraged by many rulers, such as Catherine the Great in Russia after being introduced to Europe and spread around the world. The age of exploration started when Christopher Columbus came to America in 1492. This brought colonization and exploration to the forefront of most European countries' societies. As the age of imperialism shuffled in, European countries were concerned with trade, building their empires, and controlling the slaves of their new lands. This left less time for art to be the prominent and impactful aspect that it was during the Renaissance, and although it was still being produced, it was not affecting society as powerfully as it once was. Europe was taking crops from America such as corn, potatoes, and tobaccos, which started the Columbian Exchange, named after Christopher Columbus, who discovered America. Yep, the end, Sammy the Squirrel.